spider.
Nice. That's her stand-in?
It's for lighting. So we, rather than have her up in the harness all the time, we pop that up so we can see where the lights are. And use her standing, yeah. And he acts much better than her, actually. Very calm, very No, because when we were in here, like just saying, we were doing the technical side of the show for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's 8 hours a day, or more actually sometimes, 10 hours a day some days. She couldn't be in the harness all that time because it sits around here and it's on it's really exhausting. Apart from that, she's on stage, and you won't see this when you see the show, but there are 3 people puppeting her off stage. So whatever she does, there are 3 people taking a weight, turning around, or helping her go sideways. So she can, and they have to be constantly there holding her weight the whole time through the whole show.
It's pretty fascinating. We're actually going to have a video in the next few days that shows behind the scenes, and you actually get to see the perspective of the 3 that are backstage doing her flying and then showing it all the way through the process until you see her on stage. And it's
a tough one. So when we were rehearsing and she was in, for the first day, we sort of didn't really think about that because we're callous. She was in the harness pretty much all day. I mean, it was a 10-hour day, I think, and she was exhausted. But they, honestly, they're just standing like this, and they don't have to have our whole weight, but they've got 50 pounds of her weight, and they have to be up here because if she suddenly does fall off one of those platforms, they've got to be able to pull her down. So if they were holding her here, there's no way to pull her, So and then so the next day we realised, okay, we'll get her out of that harness whenever we can, and just give them a rest, give her a rest.
So they're there for her safety and also for her movement?
They're completely there for her safety. She couldn't do some of the moves she does without them. And actually, legally, we're not allowed to have anybody on that platform there because it's over 6 foot high. If we have people up there, we have to put some railing around it, which of course we don't want to do because that would look awful. People that are allowed to go on this platform, but she certainly couldn't walk on that beam up there, which she does a lot without a harness.
I think I heard her explain that one person moves her side to side, one moves her front to back, and one moves her up and down. So it's very well choreographed.
Yeah. And Amy, I don't know the track. Actually, one is doing her round, and one is doing side to side, and one is holding the weight.
And how did you sort of think up the look and feel for the show?
Well, in a way, the story tells us what to do. You've got to be in a barn. When we first designed it, the difficulty is that it does move locations from one barn to another barn, from the Arables farm to the Zuckermans, and then to the fairground, and then back again. And I hate scenery that moves around too much. I'm more interested in the actors than I am in the scenery, So we try and find a set that would do all the jobs. So we start off in the Arables farm. People probably don't realise this when they watch the play particularly, but in the first scenes, first few 10 minutes of the play, it all happens just in this downstage area. You don't go into the bar, it's there, and you can't see it, but we don't go there. Then when we go to the Zuckermans, it opens up and we light the whole thing. And then in the fair, we just bring in, to keep the same bar, but we just bring in all sorts of bits and pieces which suggest there. It kind of brightens up a bit. We bring in a wall which closes the back down. And then the difficult thing is that right at the end of the play, we do all that in the interval, bring in the fair, and then at the end of the play, we have to take all of that stuff out and somehow keep the play going. Because we're in a fair and there's about 20 different bits of set which suggest fair. But you can't just stop the play and take the set out, because it'd be really boring for the audience. So you'll see how we contrive to deal with that, and you'll notice now what we're doing. So we kind of go through the seasons slightly. We go to winter basically, you see snow and things are flying out, but we have to keep the action going. So we just have to manage to squeeze in the story into that section. But it's those things that are tricky about a play. As an audience, you don't really notice. You think, well, they just took the set out, and now we're doing the next scene. That was massive, thinking about how to do that. Because we only have a few people that can move things. So we've got the lights that fly out at the back, like fair lights. The wall, bumping, there's all sorts of things down here. They all have to go in about 45 seconds. And we only got 3 people backstage who can do it. So they're rushing around like mad. All you see is snow. There's people just tearing around, pulling ropes, throwing things over, which is fun. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions?
Hey,
Did you have a question? We're gonna see the spider soon, I think. She's just getting her costume on and getting ready.
Are you afraid of spiders?
Does the spider go on the ground? No, she doesn't come on the ground actually, because it's a person. I thought she might look too, because if I don't know what I say, but if I'm kind of big like a spider, sort of, I look quite big, don't I? I'm a big spider. I'll do it over here. Is that better? If we bring the spider to the ground, she looks too big next to people. So I made the spider stay up here, up there, tucked away in the corners. She never comes on the ground. She never comes to the audience, ever. She never comes to the audience. She's very friendly anyway. She's really nice. No, she doesn't go on the ground. She does stay up there, yeah, she does.
What's your question?
You will in there.
Do you see Stacy right there in the black? She's the stage manager, and she can talk into a microphone, and all the actors down in the dressing room can hear her when she says it's time to start, and they all know it's time to start. So she's running the show.
Who's seen other plays here? Yeah. Have you seen other? What did you see? What have you seen?
Oh, she had a question.
Oh, what's your question?
Okay.
Have you
I
forgotten?
forgot to know.
What does the spider do? Well, she climbs all over here. She lives up there, really, in the play. And sometimes she talks to the... Do you know the story? No. Well, there's a little pig in the story, and she talks to the little pig, and she becomes his friend. His friend, I should say. Not his.
Wilbur.
And she helps him when things go wrong for him.
She's very nice.
Did you have a question? How can a pig go on the ground? Well, because it's not a real pig, it's a person. So it's a boy and he's pretending to be a pig. And he has a little pig costume, sort of. So then he just runs around.
Does he walk on 2 feet or?
He walks on 2 feet, yeah. I can't remember. You'll see. He's kind of, he's sort of like this. He's like this, the pig. And then sometimes he just comes down here. And so he doesn't really ever just walk about like this. He's just, hi, I'm a pig,
Evening.
He sometimes used to be a bit like this, and it looked a bit too strong. I stopped him doing that.
How old is
He's 14.
He's 14.
Yeah. And actually, I'm sure he's bigger than when I auditioned him. I thought he was smaller and rounder when I auditioned him. He's got tall, like you were 13 and 14. Yes. Yes, someone called Joanna. Do you have a question?
Yep.
Wanted me to ask, is that real hay or fake hay?
It's fake.
Not the hay in the ground.
The hay bales is fake hay. Well, I'm guessing. Was
It's
it
all
ever-
fake hay.
It's raffia.
It's raffia. Yep.
But it's solid? Oh, okay.
No, they're really good.
It's pretty stiff.
It's like bead foam. Like what we do packing material or whatever, but we order it, we can get it in big pieces.
It's a cheap.
Did they touch it or
The
not?
same with
Yeah, you can touch it.
You want to over there and touch it?
Don't lick your fingers after you've touched it. Okay? Because it has it'll be all right, but you shouldn't lick your fingers because it has some stuff on it to stop it catching fire.
Good.
Which is really helpful to know, isn't it? Yeah.
OSHA.
Always safe.
I don't remember where that was actually. Okay.
But she could lick her other hand, she wants to clarify.
You can lick your other hand. You can lick your other hand. You can wash your hands and then it'll be fine. But don't lick your hand. But lots of children come into the play, into the theatre, and they'll pick these up and throw them at each other. then we have to put new bits down. Not that we mind.
You saw me give a mouse a cookie? Did you like it? Yeah. The boy, or the man who played the mouse and the man who played the boy are both in this play too. So you get to see them.
And speaking of cookies, we have really good pig sugar beans that he sells during the show.
You never told me that. I didn't know one of those.
Yeah, they're Patrick's baking, so has made them just for Charlotte's Web. So, it's worth coming just for that.
Yeah, that's a good.
Do you sort of have a wish list or a running list of something you'd like to adapt and direct here, or?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, it is. Well, I know. Well, no, because I work for quite a lot of theatres and I've adapted lots of things in the past. And actually, I've got to a place now where it's really helpful for me, for a theatre to say, this is what we've done, we're really interested, we want to do this, would you like to? Because they have a programme of work, they know what they've done and what they might like to do in the future. I mean, I'd love to adapt Moby Dick, for instance, but it would have to be for the older teenage audience, and we're not really playing to them at the moment in the theatre. That's something I've always fancied doing. I also fancy doing a Faulkner. These are all much more grown-up things, you know. So, you know, maybe. I don't. I was thinking actually that I wanted to write a story. This would have to be made up, I think. Made up. I don't make it up. I was doing something for quite young children, probably 4-year-olds, which was gentle, really gentle, and sort of about having time when nothing was happening, and you know it was quiet, and I don't know, sort of away from where everything's heading at the moment. I'm not sure what that would look like, whether there'd be a story, you know, but I'd quite like to write something about that, you know, because I just think we're losing young people. You're losing that space to be bored, actually, you know, in the way you need to be bored sometimes to figure out how to be. Good, fine. Just, you know, I'm not telling you you've got to be bored. I don't mean to play like that. A play that takes its time and is quiet.